This game number 1, San versus ByuL here at the KeSPA Cup.
Down here in the bottom right on Deadwing in the red for Yowie Flash Wolves, the Protoss player, he is San.
And of course, his opponent to the top right in blue, it is ByuL, of our CJ players currently.
Yeah.
And that logo did move to CJ recently after leaving Incredible Miracle, and that Incredible Miracle fallout, all the pieces shattered and flowed to different locations. Really reminiscent actually of TSL's disbanding is Incredible Miracle. Incredible Miracle is still not officially disbanded. I know a lot of people got upset about something that I said once about that, but there's still they're still officially an organization, but they do not have a lot of players. Most of their players have moved on to other places.
Yeah, and ByuL, of course, one of the best players there for IM, doing very well for them, especially in the beginning months of this year. But starting to fall off a bit, but I feel like he's going to find another great home here in CJ. I feel like he's going to start practicing with some of the best there. We did mention CJ, one of the most improved teams overall over the course of Pro League, so definitely got to look forward to them in the future as well.
Keep in mind, going back into teams, San is a really interesting character because he often lives in Korea. In fact, I just ran into him on the street late at night a few nights ago. He was out with Daisy and partying. The three of them very close with each other, sharing some Protoss love with each other. He lives in Korea a lot of the time. He's, obviously gone to a lot of events. He travels quite a bit. He plays as a European Korean, as a Korean player representing Europe, and plays for a Taiwanese team. So he's got pieces of himself everywhere. Yeah. And what's notable is he's got a lot of good Taiwanese players to practice with, but he also has Linan on his team, a pretty solid Zerg. And I feel like San's a player that has commanded enough respect in Korea for long enough that he probably can find some KeSPA practice here and there as well.
Oh, yeah, for sure. This guy's going to be ready for this matchup. That's one of the reasons why we were talking about that we give this guy the edge. I mean, he's definitely going to be looking good coming into these matches. The guy I'm curious about, though, is ByuL. Has he practiced a lot for this tournament? Is he going to be ready? I'm sure he will be, especially after dropping out of Code A. This is basically the only thing he's got going for him. This is the main tournament that he's going for, that he's practicing for. And I'm sure he's going to be prepared.
Yeah, wants those BlizzCon points, wants that money, This is a very important tournament. One of the biggest small tournaments we've had in Korea in quite some time. In fact, other than our big individual leagues we've had out here, I think this is probably the biggest one we ever had, more than any of the LG exhibition matches, the Hot 6 Cups, anything like that. This is the biggest. It is the most, it has the most meaning for players, especially with that BlizzCon tag, those WCS points that you get. Even that IESF, qualification that you get from winning the tournament that comes in as well. There's a lot on the line here. Now it is going to be a speeding opening here by ByuL. Does leave one drone in the gas. So get a little bit more gas mining, get those roaches out a bit later, while still continuing his mineral mining efficiency as best as he can. That probe missed the watchtower by just a few spots there, but not too important right now.
Yeah, San getting his own Nexus up here. Mothership Core just pop out, going to start making that wall there at the natural. These two Zerglings going to start poking at the front, get whatever scouting information they can. Pretty standard stuff going on here so far.
Mothership Core doing a dance here to maximize its coverage. We'll chase those lings away. And you know how I feel about the circles on this map and where those hatcheries go.
You reminded me again.
Oh boy.
You just see it poking out its feet underneath that Nexus. That pesky green circle.
It's almost as pesky as somebody that's got green hair. That's just, you just can't, you probably just shouldn't do that.
So pesky.
Yeah. Somebody has green hair in the room, I might just address them about it.
you might just go up to them and talk to them about it, sit them down for a bit. And say,
so what was the reason? Was it you lost a bet? You thought you were going to look cool. You were going to be the only person who had green hair. You thought you could make it work. No, you can't. But I'm a supermodel wolf. No, it still doesn't work.
No.
But I have the best hairstyle in the world. Not anymore. Once you turn it green.
Speaking of hair colors, Wolf, you actually dyed your hair red recently.
I did, and I'm liking it. People have been giving me some positive feedback. I don't care about their feedback anyways, but like, been getting some positive feedback.
I like it too.
I'm glad you like it. You know, I was a bit scared about it originally. It was decided by a coin flip. It was either going to be red or black, go back to black. But it was red. That's how it landed.
Yeah.
We do have a Warp Prism queued here, and we're going to be seeing, it looks like a Sentry drop. That's how it's starting to look here. Yep, there they go. All in a row, and he's going to be following this up with Immortals. Constant checking here right now. You know, trying to see if that third Nexus is up with those Lings, but he doesn't see yet the Warp Prism. He has no idea he's got Spine S4. He's really just trying to cover all his bases here. That Ling is just barely missing this, too.
Yeah, there's one Overlord here. This is going to be the first guy that sees it. So now ByuL has the information, but has he seen it? He's microing here at the front of San's base, and he's not moving units here. He's going straight for that mineral line with 3 of these sentries and a big warp, and his Zealots coming in as well.
Yeah, it looks like he's just going to go for a big warp and attack in the main base without even forcing the ramp. Just counting on his opponent playing greedy and not having units in general. Warpins, or rather ramp block or not. He's going to trap a lot of these drones here. The Zealots are going in. He needs to pick up those sentries. One does fall here. And honestly, this doesn't actually go as well as San would have liked here. He does get a bit of a block there on the mineral line, messes with some mine, and does kill a few drones. But I think blocking the ramp might have just been the better choice. I guess he just really thought he was going to get the damage done straight up, straightforward, not go for the gimmick at the ramp, you know, expecting maybe ByuL was going to get units up there faster than he could block it. And now he's going to try to pick up this Overlord at least.
Yeah, and I don't think he's going to be able to. I mean, it's hard on this map, especially on Deadwing. I mean, the ramp is very, very far away from that mineral line, but I mean, like you said, just drop a couple sentries over there, start attacking, warping into that mineral line, and definitely could have done a lot of damage. Seems like now San moving out with 2 Immortals and a ton of sentries here. 3 Immortals. Yeah, 3 Immortals is like, Bren, that's more than 2 Immortals. That's 50% more, man, that you're getting out of this. Yeah.
And it's less than 4, but it's still a good number. Now, with this attack, with a small roach count, it's going to be very difficult because they're just going to evaporate. But not only that, he's got a pretty solid position. This is San, man, in a nutshell. With his current playstyle, he really just loves this type of early aggression, trying to keep his opponent on his toes constantly. He's never really trying to macro. He's just trying to force the opponent to make mistakes. And look at that force field placement, even using the spine crawlers against him.
No, a ton of these roaches coming down here. Immortals getting to work on these spine crawlers. Not fighting with the spine crawlers is ByuL, just based on the situation. Very nice time warp here, as well as some follow-up force fields to push back those Lings. And San is getting a huge position up here. He's got that Warp Prism in here for more Warpins as well in the back. And this is a very, very strong attack. It's not looking good for ByuL right now.
No, it's certainly not. This base will fall. There's so many forces available. It's so cute he tries to transfuse that hatch. It's going to buy him a little bit of time. He actually may lose his Mothership Core. That was a mistake. Hydras are out here now finally, but it's just way too few of them to actually matter. And look at this. Force fields here just looking like, I don't know, man. He's just drawing. He's like spelling S for San right there. He's spelling out victory.
Yeah, and he's just cutting bit by bit out of ByuL right now. Pieces and pieces. GG.
GG.
San takes a quick game 1 here with some key aggression that San is known for.
Yeah, just sticking true to his style here in game number 1. Forcing that early reaction based off of the sentry drop, and then going into the Immortal push, drawing the forces back, trying to keep him a bit confused, maybe a bit occupied, and then coming in with the hammer, swinging in there as he was droning up. Really solid aggression, good timing attack there, a 1-2 punch, if you will. The first attack really just designed to do a little bit of damage, but the follow-up was really